dear student. Today I'm going to teach you how to control deflationary gap and inflationary gap. Generally, in previous class, I have taught you the three conditions. Number first, sufficient demand. Sufficient demand. Now, let me recall you. Sufficient demand is if aggregate demand is equivalent to aggregate supply at fuller employment level. There is a no gap is created and the condition is called sufficient demand. In short, we can say sufficient demand is the aggregate demand is equals to aggregate supply. This is the ideal condition, and in this case aggregate demand and aggregate supply are equal at fuller employment level. Now another terminology I have yesterday I have taught you, that is deficient demand. If if due to some reason if aggregate demand falls short, yeah, aggregate demand becomes less in compare of aggregate supply at a fuller employment level, then it is called the deficient demand. In deficient demand, this deficient demand is also called underemployment equilibrium. Underemployment equilibrium generally indicates that the resources of the economy are some resources are misutilized or they are not optimally utilized. Now, this creates the difference between aggregate demand and aggregate supply is called deflationary gap. Now, deflationary gap is created, and due to this deflationary gap, now price of the commodity can come down, unemployment will be increased, employment rate will be decreased, and national output decreased, and the impact of it is national output and national income also decreased. Now, uh, third condition is excess demand. Excess demand, we can understand excess demand if there is a demand is much higher than aggregate supply. If the supply is, we can say demand is higher than the supply, this creates a excess demand. Excess demand creates a inflationary gap. Inflation, as name already suggests, it may hike the prices of the commodities, and mm, this condition is also not good for economy. Now there are various measures to control the inflationary gap and the deflationary gap. Now out of many, we have to study two. These two are, one is the fiscal measures taken by government of India, and the second one is taken by monetary policy. Monetary policy is headed by RBI, central bank especially. Now again we can classify these policies into two parts. One is the quantitative and another one is qualitative instrument. Now quantitative instruments are, as the name suggests, they have the direct impact on the policy, and especially they are used by RBI. And the qualitative instrument, it has a indirect impact. Now some of the policies, just for example, CRR, cash reserve ratio. Cash in money and banking also we have studied about the cash reserve ratio. Each and every bank, commercial bank, creates keeps its some amount of the some portion of the income as a deposit with central bank. If CRR is increased, then lending capacity of the bank will be reduced. If banking lending capacity will be reduced, the bank will not be able to give sufficient loan to the household. As a result, the income of the household comes down. As a result, aggregate demand, yeah, excess demand can be controlled, and vice versa. If uh, it is reduced, bank can provide more loans to the household, and the income of the similarly there are CRR, SLR, and you can say margin requirement, and OMO in money and banking. I have taught you OMO, open market operation. Here, government or central bank can sell the securities to the to the public with the help of commercial bank. Again, purchasing of the securities and the selling of the securities, and margin requirement, and sometime credit rationing is also done. Rationing simply means that if rationing is given to student, for example, to only student, yeah, educational loan can be given more priority. This is called the credit rationing. Or farmer, if the if RBI and the government want to circulate more money to the agriculture sector, farmers loan will be given more priority. Or you can say the commercial bank are guided to provide the agricultural loan, and give more priority to the agricultural loan. This is called the credit rationing. Sometime now, a moral suasion is also a qualitative instrument. And now, what is moral suasion? Moral suasion is just like a moral appeal. It can be done by the government of India, yeah, central bank. Now, for a example, how the moral appeal can be done. If there is a condition of inflationary gap, if there is a condition of inflation, so government can appeal, yeah, central bank can appeal to its public to save more money rather than consumption. Oppositely, oppositely, and vice versa. And if there is a condition of deficient demand, government or central bank can say you have to increase your expenditure or you consume more. This appeal can be given, just like this first appeal is given by uh, Lal Bahadur Shastri at the decade of 1960, because at that time the food production in our country is less than required. So the then Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri appealed to the Indian people to keep weekly 1 day fast so that sufficient grain can be saved. This is the one example of moral suasion. Same can be done in case of inflationary gap and deflationary gap. And there are many more things which now another one is bank rate, another one is repo rate, reverse repo rate, SLR, statutory liquidity ratio, margin requirement, credit rationing, and these are the some measures that can be adopted to control both the condition. Remember, children, neither the deflationary gap is good nor the inflationary gap. Both are dangerous, just like a high BP and a low BP, both are dangerous. Similarly, no one condition, neither the deflationary gap nor the inflationary gap. Both are harmful for the economy, and the main purpose of government and central bank is to control both the condition. They keep the equilibrium, yeah, sufficient condition of sufficient demand or aggregate demand and aggregate supply must be equal. If not equal, they have different strategies. I have told you just and they adopt these strategies directly or indirectly. Thank you, children, for today. And in the next class, I will teach you another important and interesting things to you. Thank you and have a nice